The series stands at 2-1. What a series that we've had so far. England won the first test. India had a terrific comeback. And then the last test match, it was a cricket lover's delight. Anyone who loves and enjoys the 5-day format will absolutely find the last test between India and England to be in the top 20 test matches of all times. Hello and welcome, and we are excited to be back. Sorry we were away for a while, but we are back now, trying to feed in Cricket Therapy, our podcast, Uncommentary, into our daily lives. With me, as usual, I have my friend Narayanan. Welcome, Narayanan.
Hi, hi.
Hello. And he joins me from Mumbai, as usual, and I'm here in Melbourne. We are in the middle of winter, but the summer is cracking in London, and we head now to Old Trafford, where India take on the English Lions. And Indian team currently is a team of injured players, but I bet you, even though they are carrying physical injuries, their morals will be really high after, especially after the fight the lower order gave in the last test match. They'll be roaring at the English Lions, not the other way around. They'll be raring to go, even though you name one of your favorite players from the current team and they are injured. Let me tell you, the dressing room will be buzzing. They would be just holding each other's arms and, putting their arms around each other's shoulders, like, buddy, I'm here for you. We will get this sorted. 2-2, it will be at the Old Trafford. That's what they'll be telling each other. Naran, your thoughts on the series so far and what to expect? That'll be my next question. Your thoughts on the series so far first.
Hi, hi. Good evening, Dave, and good evening to everyone. It's been a while, but it's good to be back as well. It's been an enthralling series so far. All the three matches going into the fifth day, into the final session in itself shows that both teams are evenly matched and fighting tooth and nail to snatch that victory. Uh, and yeah, it's been a fabulous series so far, fabulous viewing as well. Lots of highs and lows. No team has ever taken the scruff and uh, uh, gone ahead and like killed it in one session completely, except for India, which did that in the second test match at Edgbaston. But across all 15, 16 sessions so far, India has dominated about 13 and 14 of them. And we have kind of it's sad to see that India is actually on the trailing the series 2-1,
We've seen
especially
this
after
in the
the
past. We've seen that this in the past in a few series as well. It just takes one session um,
yeah,
for
but
India to
not
pull.
dominating across 14 out of the 16 sessions and still trailing 2-1. That is
Yeah,
not something we have seen so far.
that's
Yes,
a
the
first.
once
Yes.
bad session we have lost the match and we have lost the advantage. But yeah, to dominate 13, 14 sessions out of the 15, 16 and still trailing 2-1 is unheard of. So that kind of shows that the team that we have taken to England is a very young squad with uh, Shubman Gill named as the captain and also Gautam Gambhir at the helm as the coach. But yeah, there were some poor decisions on the selections of the squad members for the first test match, which backfired spectacularly with Shardul Thakur not performing at all with the bat and ball. And also, we made up for it in the second, but the other weak link was Prasidh Krishna, which got negated once Akashdeep came into the picture and Washington was picked. But then now going into the fourth test match, Akashdeep himself is injured and Nitish Shetty is ruled out for the entire series, which would mean he's missing the fourth and fifth. And Bumrah, they say, is going to be rested, which is going to be a surprise because we can't afford to rest Bumrah, especially when we are 2-1 down and we are heading into the series where we have to win and equalize the series before we go into the decider at the Oval. So it all depends what the management thinks whether Bumrah needs to be rested or not. And Pant, we don't know how serious that finger injury is because he had stopped wicket keeping, and even though he was batting, you could see him grimacing whenever the ball hit the bat. And Arshdeep is also ruled out for this match because of an injury that he sustained in the gym. I believe
Yeah,
that Arshdeep would have been a perfect pick for this test match in place of Bumrah, being a left-arm
mm,
pacer, the angle that he gets in to the batsman. So it's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a tough match. There'll be some selection headaches, whether to retain Washington, unfortunately, or to get in Kuldeep and bring in three spinners along with Washington and Jatu, or who would be the pace attack comprised with? Siraj obviously would be leading the attack if Bumrah is not playing. And if Bumrah decides to play, Bumrah, Siraj, and who would be the third pacer? Because I heard that they have recently flown in Anshul Kamboj from India as the backup pacer, because that clearly shows that the management is not comfortable with Prasid coming back into the squad.
mm,
So yeah, it all depends on what our combinations is going to be for
yeah.
the fourth test match.
Yep. And speaking of combinations, what do you make of the English team? They have just looking at just one change. Um, Bashir's out,
Yeah,
and we have the lineup of Dawson, Vokes, Cars, and Archer. What a terrific comeback for Jofra Archer.
yeah, absolutely. I think that is what was missing for the English. Considering he's the only guy you can touch consistently 150 clicks. So
Mm,
he literally put the batsman under pressure with this fiery pace and this the bouncers. One that almost took out a couple of batsmen. But yeah, you could, even though I have it's very hard to digest the Lord's loss, but I think we have no one else to blame but ourselves over there. But yeah, it's good to see Archer back in the whites for the English. And they do have another player. I do not know when he will be coming in, but Gus Atkinson is another pacer
mhm.
that English would want to be in the squad to
Mm,
complement the existing pace drive. That
yeah. I believe their rotational strategy, to give opportunities and conserve their team strength at core. It also plays a huge part in their selection. Going back to Team India, we've seen some really good performance in terms of batting from Shubman Gill, Jaiswal, KL Rahul. Also, we have had some brilliant hundreds, including Pant, some amazing batting there, and Shubman Gill leading from the front with a double century as well. Jadeja proving his worth and still delivering, still holding the fort with the lower order, and providing that crucial support in the second match. Unfortunately, he couldn't take India through in the third match. Um, do you think batting is also a bit of a bother considering Karun Nair didn't show as much potential as his caliber and his recent performances in the domestic circuit?
um, and that's a very good question because first of all, we are talking about domestic circuit in the Ranji, which is in India. These conditions are alien, which is in England. That said, Karun Nair, when he played the first Test match, he played at number six because of the lack in depth of batting and the other changes that was announced. They elevated him straight to number three, which is one of the most important spots in Test cricket. You may know as well because it's not easy to bat at number three, but it's also one who has to cushion in and get the ball old before the number four comes in, where the bulk of the runs are being made. So that's it. But yeah, given Karun Nair is coming into the squad after a gap of 8 years, you can understand the tentativeness that
Mm,
comes along with it because he definitely wants to play and cement his spot for the team. Um, yes, it has been a very shaky start, but he's made a solid 30, 40, which has been his highest score in the series so far across all three matches. That said, yes, it's a very tricky position at number three, but I believe that he should be given a long rope as what the management did with certain other players like KL Rahul and everyone else who have got even a lengthier rope. Then you cannot judge a person by just in 3 matches. Give him some time. Let's see how
mm,
the series pans out, irrespective whether we win it, draw it, or lose it. But I believe that putting someone in number three straight out and expecting him to start scoring 50s and hundreds is not something that anyone can expect. But I
mm,
believe that once he gets the confidence from the management and the team that yeah, we are giving you the long rope, take your time. There's no pressure on you. I believe you can see him coming into his own.
mm,
But that said, yeah, the other point that you said, Shubman Gill and KL Rahul have been in good form, which is thankfully a good positive sign because earlier either a top order fires, else the bottom order kind of backs it out along with the bowling. But in this series, it's been a good mix of where the top order also fires, but also the bottom order has given a good fight, especially in the last match. When the eighth wicket fell in the final day, it was lunch at 5:30 p.m. IST. The 10th wicket fell at 9:30 p.m. IST. So you can imagine for the last two wickets, we put up a fight of 4 hours.
mm,
And there was an half an hour extended tea session as well because we were in the ninth wicket. So considering all that, it was a good performance with the bat. But yeah, that just sad that Jaddu couldn't finish it off. Uh, yeah, but there have been other teams that have also won with 9 wickets down and having a partnership of 74 and winning a test match, with Sri Lanka winning it in England. Uh, Other teams as well. But yeah, some people do question whether Jaddu should have been more proactive in his approach rather than blocking out 4 balls and then taking a single and giving the non-striker 1 or 2 balls to face for the next over. Maybe go for the shots, or even when the tailender is taking a single, he used to reject that single for the basic reason that what if he's not able to take a single in the remaining balls and then the tailender comes back into strike. I think we need to have some sort of confidence in our tailenders to hold their own in certain situations rather than going by the textbook uh, way of blocking your 3 or 4 balls and taking a single and then blocking out the remainder and hope for the best that you can survive those 1 or 2 balls.
mm. Classic uncommentary comment, pushing the envelope, you know, thinking about not, I mean, daring to think about what people not wanting to talk about. That's what we enjoy doing here. It's not about talking safe. It's about talking having those bold conversations that, yes, this is what the team needs. Loving it. Um, your predictions, Old Trafford, a historic venue. We saw some videos where the Indian team met up with the Man U team and had a good um, collab. They played some cricket, played some football indoors, and spoke about sports and how they admire each other. Um, what is your take and your prediction for the upcoming match?
Yes, the Indian team did meet with the Manchester United football team at their training ground in Carrington facility. One funny instance was when Gautam Gambhir makes a quote that we want to play and believe similar to what United does on the football field. And if people who do follow football, United has been at the lowest over the last few years. So it's uncanny that that's what Gautam Gambhir aims to become by taking Indian cricket to that level. But yes,
I
I
think
believe
he
I
meant
believe
historically.
historically, I know, but it's too funny, when you hear someone say that. But yeah, I do believe that that's what he meant.
Mm,
But that said, yeah, I mean, it was a good meet and greet for both the teams, and the jerseys also exchanged with
Yeah.
their respective names. Yes, Old Trafford is another one place that India has never won a test match in England. Edgbaston being the other one. Well, we broke the Edgbaston egg recently, so I believe Manchester is due now in the same series as well, and that would uh, make the series even more spicier, entering the fifth and final test match at the Oval in London. So yeah, I hope we win. It's not going to be easy, especially the string of injuries that we are carrying in the squad. But if there's one thing India does best is when we have our backs against the wall, especially with injuries. So I believe that should be a good positive way to enter into the test match, and hope that we give it a good fight and a good performance, and get the record straight in Manchester as well.
Brilliant. And player or players to watch out for.
Players to watch out for would be the usual suspects, as you already know. Um, Yashasvi is, after he scored 100 in the first test match, has been very bad in the remaining innings so far. So I hope he comes back into form. Shubman Gill is doing well. KL Rahul has to hold his own, and he's the most senior most in the squad apart from Bumrah now. So he knows he has to hold the top order until until the ball gets soft, the Duke's ball gets soft, and there's been a lot of controversy with the Duke's ball in itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing now. So yeah, I mean, players to watch out for. There are plenty on both sides in both teams,
Who would
but
be
I
your
believe
pick in the English team?
it's Stokes, man. He is the partnership breaker as well as the captain. Cool, a very cool and composed mind on the field in spite of the pressure. And for the Indian side, I really hope to see Kuldeep in action because he
Hmm.
deserves a spot in the team. Unfortunately, he's missed the first three matches. It all depends whether he'll be given a spot for tomorrow.
Yeah. And in particular, an Indian player to watch out for. Who would be your pick?
I believe my pick would be Washington.
Hmm. Another uncommentary pick, but really, really enjoyed this session after such a long time with you, Narayan. Thank you for your time and thank you everybody for joining in. We hope we have a cracker of a test match and we hope to see some really good cricket. And we will be back with you soon, hopefully during this test match if we can make time. If not, then after the test match. Well, on that note, thank you very much and have a good evening and see you soon. Bye bye.
Pleasure. Bye bye.